Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rule the Waves 3. And so we're now going into episode 2 of this Italy playthrough from 1890 start. We have arrived in 1893, and we have arrived directly into a war with France here in episode 2. You can find the first episode on the main channel. From now on out, all episodes will come out over here, though, on the second channel. So if you don't want to miss them out, give the channel a subscription and give it a like so that more people see this amazing game. And yeah, let's go into this war as Italy and France now will have to fight, and we have to keep Austria and Russia out of this. And yeah, the B. Re Umberto class. Can we change the name of them? Let's rename them Agrippa. Okay. 1 month just for that. That's fine. I want to have the names right. Okay, Agrippa class coming online. Have our first new couple of battleships. The first couple of Neros have arrived. We will need a second line in our fleet division. Our second battle division. We'll need all these ships as well. And then we have our colonial cruisers. Add our two of our new Milanos. And we will move this whole division into the Indian Ocean. Where we'll wait for them. Yeah, we have the scouts here. And we need new divisions with our CLs. First light cruiser division will get these 22 knot ones, and these guys will screen for the battle division 1, and then we will have the second light cruiser division that will screen with the slower ones that will screen for battle division 2. Commandant, can we assign a good commander here? Above average, that is great. Above average. Okay. Have access to more guys here. The average, that is fine. We have another average one for the light cruisers. And when we have to set up trade protection, that's what our corvettes are for, trade protection. With these heavy cruisers here also helping out with trade protection? No. We have to use our other Milanos as well. Those would be the better. Rename Scout. Cruiser division. Clear all ships from division. And then we add our other 2 Milanos here. Second scout. Which at 21 knot ones. These guys will scout for the second battle division. Colonial cruisers will be independent. They also are moving away. And then the Marco Polos actually will be line cruisers for now. We're just gonna put 6 of them in there. Ah, 5 of them. And we will have them as a follow-up core to our first battle fleet. Have them follow there. And then with the remaining ones that are not in any formations, we will have one of them as a raider. The other one will join the trade protection. And this Marco Polo here will be used for trade protection as well. That's our Agrippa class. Is getting ready, and we are going into combat. Buddy is in action. Doctrine-wise, we could go for gunnery now. Yeah, we're gonna do that now. Potentially damage control be quite helpful as well. We go for gunnery here. And then we can build 2 more La Spezias. Or 1 more No, we built 2 more La Spezias for now. We have a convoy attack against the French now. And this is the first battle where we join onto the battle map. And we're gonna fight the enemy here. In this kind of screen, we have our first battle division? Our second battle division, okay. So these are our Cariodulio classes. With their mediocre scout ones, the Castelfidero class and the Goito class as scouts, and then parts of another scout, the other scout formation, actually as turning them as a core here, the Milanos. This is the screen. We have to sink the enemy convoys. So we have to push the front line forward. Our ships will try to move in here towards the enemy merchant ships. Gonna go up to 60 knots. We arrived there in time. This circle here is the gun range. The blue circle is the torpedo range of our ships. We can also show line of sight range. We know when we are supposed to see the enemy, as the weather is rather good. Low clouds, we can't see pretty decently. Can't spot all enemies beyond vision range, and that might be their transport ships already. Oh, it might be that there's not that many battleships yet around. Okay, there we go. 18-notch, 12-inch guns, better armor than we do, and 10 7-inch guns. We have 8 6-inch guns, so the secondary guns also better than ours. As they have all these galore. That's the fast French ships. Yeah, as we were able to see last time, the French. If you look at the, if you can open up the almanac here as well. I forgot how to. So, yeah, the French have some 18-knot fast battleships for the time period, and then they have half of the battleships which are slow. And we are going here into some combat. Our light cruiser there should really not be there. Let's put them under AI control. We're not supposed to be that close to enemy battleships. As our battle lines clash with each other. Our Milanos can be somewhat helpful here with their 8-inch guns. Not fantastic, but as long as they're behind, they are helpful. Gun accuracy, obviously, in this time period, pretty lackluster. What we want to try to go for is the enemy transport ships here, though. That's our goal. But both sides taking damage here. So far, damage-wise, we already take a bit of damage here. The Italia already lost one of its turrets here, it seems. Turret is jammed. Okay, that should be solvable. But we're getting really, really close. Distance 1,600 yards. Both sides now starting to get hits in, but we actually rather want to go for the transport ships than the enemy main line. But our cruiser formations here try their best to protect us. Those AI controlled, we only have direct control over our main formation. We can take control over these on this difficulty level. There's also a difficulty level where you can't do that at all. And then there's one where you can really micromanage it all, but I don't like that one too much because you already have the advantage over the AI with the amount of control that you have. I think giving you the ability to micromanage all makes the game a bit boring. But we are now hunting down. We were able to separate, we forced them into a turn away from their transport ships. And now we just run away as we are fast. And just as fast as they are. And we run down a good amount of their transport ships on the way here. A lot of their transport ships here taking damage. And these ships obviously unarmored. And without much protection. Should be relatively easily gunned down. A lot of them dead in the water. That usually means that they should be going down. We only need to sink 6 of them. We don't have to get them all here to win the extra bonus points for the mission objective. So losing a battleship or killing a battleship would bring way more points than the mission objective. So it's still important to not get caught out here by the enemy battleships too much. It's actually a fair battle. It's 4 battleships versus 4 battleships. Sicilia here in the rear taking some damage as they are actually going with... Interesting that they going with the line abreast. There. Yeah, we have the 6 battleships, the 6 transport ships sunk. Objective is fulfilled. Okay, some more light ships down here that we can run down, and then we're gonna try to retreat towards Sardinia to the south. Wind coming in from the east also has an effect, as it has especially an effect on the smoke. The smoke animations here play a role when it comes to gunnery. For example. Yeah, light cruisers getting hit. We're down to 17 knots, wear and tear of boilers and also ships getting hit. The Sicilia here in the rear might be even lower. Yeah, it's down to 14 knots. That is a problem. As we will slow down a bit here to at least stay in formation when we take this fight. We have more support ships around here right now, so in general we should have a bit more output than the enemy. Especially thanks to the 2 Milanos in the rear. We have to be careful that they don't take too much of the damage from the enemy battleships as well though. And yeah, in general, undecisive battleship engagements here should be the name of the day, unless we have a freak accident or one of the ships gets completely hammered into oblivion. The Sicilia is actually not looking great here right now. As if we have a look at gun accuracy, we fired 37 guns from our main guns. We haven't scored a single hit. 337 from our secondaries for 27 hits, so 3% hit chance. Our tertiary guns haven't fired yet. Okay. Obviously, crossing the T would be optimal thing to do. We want to damage. It seems like the enemy kind of tries to do that. That's the old battle line crossing each other. System is obviously dangerous for both sides, but it seems like they are retreating now as well. Ammo consumption pretty high. We have still a good amount of ammo though, as the rate of fire is just really low on the main guns. Whilst we're now gonna retreat down south. We have fulfilled our mission. We haven't lost a single ship. That is fine for us here now. Sinking the French battleships with similar numbers won't be easy. Those are the good French battleships. If we get the slow ones, or we catch them in the full battle where they have the slow ones and the fast ones, and we have all our fast ones, then we wanna duke it out and try to separate them, but until then, we go with this. And yeah, Italy wins the fight, but all our battleships actually have medium damage. Only one of theirs has medium damage. Will not be a massive victory. Yeah, actually absolutely marginal, because yeah, damage on our ships counts into the victory point calculator as well. Victory points important for the result at the end of the war. We don't decide when we end the war though, as I said, we're not in chance of the politics. They sometimes ask us if we want to end the war, if we want to fight on to get a better position for peace talks and so on, but that doesn't mean that we actually call the shots. It might be that our government, for example, just decides for white peace, or it might be that they decide to not peace out and continue fighting even though we beg them for it. And yeah, the enemy is actually blockading us. That is a problem. We can build the Agrippas. And they're actually quite cheap, so we're gonna build 3 of those. Gonna build 3 Agrippas. Gonna improve our dock size. Seems like the French have brought in all of their ships here. They have brought in 10 battleships into the Mediterranean. Out of how many active ones? 13. Okay, so they're actually not all here. Still one over here. One. No. Some in the Far East. Heavy cruiser in the Far East. Light cruisers down there. Our Italian heavy cruisers moving around South Africa now. No French ships around here. Yeah, our ships have to be repaired for a couple more months, which is obviously not great. The Narrows were actually there. But the Caio Duilio with the bigger guns are like arguably not too much worse than the Narrows. They have worse belts, like these guys here are way better armored. But outside of that, the Caio Duilios, as they have 13-inch turret armor, for example, as well, they do pretty decently. And enemy destroyer rate? We don't have destroyers yet. Yeah, okay. As they can't do it, we get 6 victory points. That was fortunate. We sink 3 enemy merchantmen with our raider. If we sink enough merchantmen, first of all, it gives us victory points. And if we sink enough of those, we will also lead to national unrest, which also might force an end of the war. Currently, our unrest level is 4. If that goes above 10, there might be a revolution. In Italy, that means, for example, we might go fascist. We want to avoid that for now. We have a coastal bombardment action now coming up with all our available battleships, I believe this is. Wait, you are core? Hmm. Green, please. Why are you the scouts? Oh no, you're the screens. Alright, yeah, we have our scouts up here. Mm. Okay, we have 7 ships. Some of their battle lines should be still getting repaired as well. We will have this battle line follow us. Our narrow class battleships lead the way. Our objective is to destroy coastal installations here. We're gonna go in there with 14 knots and see where we will meet the enemy. Oh, that's actually quite long vision ranges as it's clear sky. Well, partially cloudy. But like vision ranges are really high up. The enemy heavy cruiser formation. Cruiser line there being spotted. Okay, how many enemy battleships are here? That's the battle line. A lot of light cruisers around that. We knew about that. That our heavy cruiser numbers are actually somewhat equal, but their light cruiser numbers are really high. Okay. Prepare the Loire class. 6 8-inch gun. Decent ships. Okay, they have their slower ships in the rear. Yeah, 16-inch gun ships this time around. The Brennus are 18-inch ships, but really terrible gun layout. Only two 12-inch guns. And then the Golio in the front. Demokratie, another 18-inch. Yeah, they have an 18-inch formation, and then they have the Massenas and the Canoes, which only goes 16 knots. Ah, the Masena also goes 18. But the Canoes here all slowing it down in the rear. So if we can race them, then we can outnumber and outgun the Brennus and the Galio. We just have to go here on full speed for a while. Hope that none of our boilers go bust. We speed it up to full speed and close in here. Because if the enemy doesn't want us to cross their T, they have to keep it up in speed. And that means we can close in here. Oh, dawn is coming in already though. When it comes to day and night cycle, the game actually simulates a realistic day and night cycle. 17th of April, so relatively equal day and night time. In summer you have really long days. In winter you have really short days. And yeah, dawn is coming in here. Might be our chance to get through. We get a decent amount of hits in here. Our Benedetto Brin gets hit as well, but the Narrows are our tanky ships, so having them being the focal point of enemy fire whilst our Giardulio class can dish out damage is fine. Engine room hits, not fine though. That's exactly the one thing that we don't want. Okay, we still are up at 17 knots. Still faster than the other battleships of the enemy. Both sides dishing out damage. As soon as we see a weak spot, we will engage. Oh! Yeah, our commander of the second line, they're moving weirdly. And now nighttime is setting in. We have another engine hit on the Narrow. Oh no, on the Benedetto Brin. It's down to 12 knots. Okay, we have to disengage here. But flag signal issues. The Giardulio is not following us here. And that is a problem. We want the Chao Duelio to disengage there as well. I'm not sure if it's actually flag signal issues or if they just refuse to. Okay. Not sure what's going on with the Chao Duelio there. Oh, that enemy seems to have this rudder that got hit. They are circling here, and that might allow us to isolate them. Chao Duelio now at flotation damage though, and there comes the enemy other battle line. They were able to see a torpedo. Ah, no. Chao Duelio is now getting hit by a torpedo though, as it went straight on its own. Got isolated there from the rest of the formation. And this is terrible news in our first engagement here. Enemy CA hit by our torpedoes in the night action. Yeah, obviously night action, the perfect scenario for some wild stuff. Enemy formation seems to be in somewhat of a disarray as well. But our light cruisers need to get away there. There's little we can do there. Everybody will just drive by the Chao Duelio and blow the remaining remains into smithereens. Maybe we can still go for our objective, as they seem to be busy elsewhere now, the French. At least still try to go for the bombardment objective. As our battle line is somewhat hurt though. Oh no. No, we need to get away. That is not good. The Predator Preen. We can't lose 2 ships here. Try to get to La Spezia. Oh no. The Nero as well, still taking damage. It's still taking stations, yeah. Sub-departments not developed that far yet. A bit slower. That flooding is decreased. Oh no! Founders too heavy. No. Obviously we have heavy wind and storm now. And we lose 2 battleships. Otherwise it would have been a draw, as we seemingly sunk one of their Charles Martel battleships. But this way we lose 2. They lose only 1. And this is not great. Yeah. Prime Minister not happy here. We won't see any lands. Yeah. And we sink some enemy merchants, but there are patrolling ships on both sides that disrupt other merchants. The Agrippa class being built here. The 10 8-inch guns especially really helpful there. 18 3-inch guns also somewhat helpful. Whilst over here in the Indian Ocean, France has 1 heavy cruiser. The first of ours has arrived. Second one's still over here. Enemy is preparing to invade Sardinia. That means we have to fight a defensive battle for Sardinia. Let's see how this goes. We have our 4 currently available battleships ready. Our light cruisers try to fill in the role. Those scouts here do their job. There we have light cruisers in the battle line. They have 11 battleships ready over here. Are these their transport ships or are these... No, these are too fast to be their transports. This seems to be their main battle line. We will have to fight their find their transport. We can't fight... Okay, that seems to be their transports over there. Speed-wise. Yeah, those are their transports. Their Carnot are leading, so that means we are faster, as their leading division is their slow division. We just have to separate them. There. And find a breach to get through. Right across the T. Or keep them away for 1400 minutes, I believe it is. Time periods that this battle is going from reaching our coast. If we can keep them away from our coastline for long enough, that works as well. The heavy cruisers are coming in for some damage. Okay, our light cruisers, nice defensive action there from our screen. Getting one of them torpedoed. That will stop them from being too obnoxious. They try to cross their T here, forcing them to fall back. This is a problem though. It's becoming night again, and we will lose vision on their transports at night. We'll break through their lines here. Their transports should be somewhere over here, but our vision range, especially as it is also now heavy rain, have become quite terrible. Oh no. Please. Cruisers, get away. Not quite sure where their transport ships are. There's an enemy ship. Seemingly are racing back. The territory that we have to defend is over here. If we don't find them on the next path, we will have to fall back. Yeah, slow down our formation to cruise speed here. Okay, we don't fight them here now. So we're gonna go back to cruise speed and back to the coastline. Where we will try to defend ourselves non-stop. Have to come to us. Still rainy. Wait, what? What happened to our light cruiser? Where even is that? No. Yeah, it got hit by some medium hits. The belt extended. Yeah. Actual limit was limited by the coal bunkers at least. The turret got destroyed. Yeah. Launched a torpedo. It might be the one that hit the enemy cruiser with the torpedo at least. Which in these weather situations could also lead to the cruiser sinking maybe. We have to prevent the enemy from getting through. Seems like we will be able to thwart their attempt of an invasion of Sardinia. It did cost us a light cruiser. Damage-wise, outside of that, I believe we did quite well. I don't believe any of our... Yeah. None of our battleships are damaged, and I believe they dished out a bit to the enemy. Yeah. Yeah, we sunk the heavy cruiser. It's still a victory for France. Did they get the... No, they didn't reach the objective. Why is it a victory for France? Wait, what? Is their heavy cruiser lighter than our light cruiser? 1300? No. They didn't deal medium damage to any of our battleships. I don't quite get why this counts as a victory for France. Okay, all their submerged ships are surviving. Okay, that's I guess the bonus, and that's what makes them win. And this is something I don't like about the game. Like, even though they failed the invasion, because the battle was victory, they somehow still counts as landing. We won't give up lightly here. Nice. Spain joined the war on our side. Okay, that's good. Spain is mediocre in size and all, but they have at least a couple of battleships that will be able to help out. They will be able to at least swing the situation in the Mediterranean, I believe, into a position where they don't blockade us anymore. Outside of that, we really need to wait for the Agrippas, maybe. But yeah, that they now have troops on Sardinia is annoying. Like, it makes so little sense. That's maybe one of the gripes I still have with the game. That we stopped the invasion forces from landing. Sunk a heavy, our armored cruiser. Only lost a protective cruiser. Somehow still counts as a loss because we didn't sink any of the transport ships. It is not great. Okay. Yeah, we have coastal fortifications at the west coast. All rather small guns, though. We lost two of our battleships in the Mediterranean. But yeah, we actually dealt decent damage there last time. That's a bit of a shame here. But this is how it goes right now. We have now still one heavy cruiser over here that is on the way to the Indian Ocean, where we will then outnumber the French. That's good. Can we... No. No, we can't really afford an invasion right now anyways. Okay, convoy defense battle. And support of land battle. 6 battleships of ours versus 9 of theirs. Will Spain send any help? Yes. This will be interesting. Oh, okay, we have heavy cruisers and light cruisers. Protect our convoy with. Actually, no direct... Oh no, these heavy cruisers are actually Spanish. Yeah, nice. 20 knot 7-inch gun heavy cruiser. And another 21 knot. Okay. Decent heavy cruisers. Help out our Palestro here, our Milano class heavy cruiser, which is a pretty good cruiser as well. So that should be a good battle. But it will be a battle in the next episode. So yeah, see you there, guys. Next episode, we're gonna jump into this battle. And if you don't want to miss it, consider leaving a subscription. Let me know down below what you think about the game so far and about my chances in this war. And once more, if you have any name recommendations, especially for destroyers and carriers later on, but in general, just any ideas for ship names, let me know down below. And I see you in the next one. Bye bye, and have a great day.